Over the weekend, I was so excited. I got to do this sink that the owner of the sink said they have tried using a power drill with like super hard cleaning tools to get some of this gunk and grime from the sink before they rented the space, and nothing worked to get it out. And I said, let me get my hands on it. So I was very excited to do this. So I just took some soft scrub, a scrub daddy, and put some elbow grease into it because after years of cleaning my sink, I know normally what's going to work. And before this became a nail salon, there was like a wood shop in here. So the other side of the sink, which you don't see right now, actually had paint splatters in it that would not come off, and I had to use a scraper in order to get that bit of paint off of it. There were like anything from small specks to giant globs of paint that I had to get off, and I'm pretty happy and satisfied with the results, and so is the owner. They told me that the sink looked amazing. It looked great. I just made sure that I did the whole thing. I went through it about 2 times, where I reapplied the soft scrub and just like kept going through on it. And I also did on the back of the sink, so everywhere where the sink is, plus the behind the sink where that little lip is on the way out the window. And not shown because I did stop recording here. I had to stop recording and open the window because the soft scrub I was using also contained bleach, and the smell of bleach was so strong. And she was still working while I started cleaning, so she was doing nails, and I was like kind of choking them out with the overpowering smell of bleach. So we had to open up some windows inside the salon, and I felt so bad. I was like, I am the worst. I'm so sorry. But you'll notice also in the middle of the sink where it's kind of zooming in the top left of your screen, there was some sort of, I don't really know what it was, but it was there. But I used my scraper on it, and I was able to get that lifted up. You can see some of the paint in the sink too whenever I go over it. It blends in with the soft scrub, but any like thick white specks you see, that is all paint. So I did manage to get that all out somehow. But this nail salon actually is becoming a weekly clean on my cleaning list, and it was so fun to clean actually because I have just started getting into doing business cleans instead of just the typical home cleans and home organizings and things like that. So I had a lot of fun with it, and I don't mind doing businesses at all. My favorite things to clean are places that have not been cleaned in a long period of time because you can really see the difference between before and after. And I love doing that. And so far, all of my clients who have hired me all have amazing things to say about my cleans. Another business clean I do actually has told me several times they can always tell when I've been in there because it looks so good afterwards, and that made me super, super happy. And the other business that said this, I actually only clean there once a month, and it's holding up pretty well. We're going to do a big spring clean, and I'm going to try and bring a tripod. And my goal is to kind of record me doing the whole spring clean, hopefully. But hey, sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. It just kind of depends on my day because I use my phone for a lot of stuff. And whenever I set it down to record or I'm like switching out music, I forget to start recording what I'm working on. But you can see, like, as I'm rinsing out the sink from doing that one coat and letting it sit, you can already see a little bit of a difference. And the water was taking a good bit of time before it was heating up, so I had to, like, kind of squeeze out my sponge a couple times and wait for the water to get hot. But once it got hot and everything was working, we were cooking. We were doing good. And there are a couple stains on the counter that I pan over there, and I actually got all of those off with my scraper as well and gave the counter a good like scrub down. But you can see I'm like trying to get that little speck off and it didn't work. But this is the after, and you can tell a huge difference, and it looks beautiful. Like the sun was shining off of it. It looks so good.